Hello everybody. Hello, it's me, it's Andy, Decayed Andy here. Little bit of pre-show stuff for Moon Poop 2 this week. Hope you're all doing well. I see Daddy in chat, hello. How's the daddy doing? Hope the daddy does well. This isn't the first show we've done this year for Moonbase 2, I think. I remember we did one 2 weeks ago, right? No, because we didn't do one. Oh, it is the first show of this year. Yeah, I did a show and then I had a break. Yeah, I did it right at the end of the year. That's right. And I was like, there's going to be something cool that's happened, and there wasn't. It's like, okay, never mind. 777 soon. Something special planned. What, for today? Oh, for 777? Nah. I haven't done anything special for any of my episodes because I don't know what I do. It would involve like planning and stuff. It's like, that's not my jam, young daddy. I just talk about the Transformers news, baby. I never feel like anything I've done is desperately special anyway, you know? Same for streaming. It's like, what do you do for a 1-year anniversary? Well, I don't think it's very impressive what I've done so far for my streaming, so I just like, yeah, whatever, you know? I just keep cracking on. Just keep cracking on, young daddy. You know? Stuff like that. I've got Transformers to talk about. I got a 2-pack today, which I fucking hate. I hate this 2-pack so much I'm gonna send it back because I think it's crap. Luckily, I ordered it through Amazon, so I'll be able to. I'm impressed. Yes. Oh, thank you, Daddy. Well, you're always nice and supportive, which is good. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. I'll need to get an image of the 2-pack up so I can point it out and go, look at it. I hate this. I just need to remember what it's called. What were they called again? Oh, God. Oh, that's it. The Legacy set. Ugh. Oh, it's dropped further. Well, I dropped a little bit more in price. I should be able to get what I paid for it, though. I better. Yeah. All right. Okay. I guess it's worth getting on to doing the pooping now. I'm not sure how long the show will be. Because, again, there's not a huge amount of news. Just your regular amount, I'd say. Enjoy, sir. Thank you, Daddy. I hope you enjoy your Final Fantasy VII. Well, not Final Fantasy VII. I hope you enjoy your Final Fantasying. Game stream, if short. Probably not, because I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired, dude. You've been wearing me out. You could do with extra sleep as well, I reckon. Yeah, but I wanna get some sleep done tonight. I say that knowing that I probably won't actually get any sleep done, but that's the hope. I guess maybe I'll actually get. I know, Pogface. Yeah, we'll see. Get Eep. Oh, Jesus, I'd love to. Maybe I'll be able to. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Just got to see how the gods play out, how that dice rolls go. Maybe I'll roll a critical 1, and I'll get terrible sleep again. It's happened before. It could happen again. I hope it doesn't. I'd love some fucking sleep, some schleppens. Okay, I'll let you go, Daddy, and I will begin the moon pooping time. Where's my music? Music. There you are, music. Hello, music. Bye-bye, Daddy! There he goes off into the distance. All right, guys. Let's go for some Moonbase 2 pooping. Music time.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy, and this is 2024. I think, if my brain is correct, that this is the first episode of the new year. So welcome, everybody. I hope your first couple of weeks in 2024 have been successful in some way, or at least not too rocky-roaded. We're here today to talk about Transformers, or rather the past 2 weeks of Transformers. Has there really been anything? No! But that's, you hit that dry spell around December, around the end of December, and it kind of lasts until, like, the first Toy Fair. It's Toy Fair? I think we've got, like, Toy Fair either end of January or February-ish time, if I remember. So hopefully there'll be some new fancy news to talk about there. But we do have some bits of news to talk about today. I also have a bitch and moan session, because I got a Transformer 2-pack. which I really don't like and will be thankfully sending back to Amazon to get my money, because I would rather my money back on these two, unfortunately. But let's jump into the news. I hope everybody's had a good time. If you have, throw it into the chat. Big chat shoutouts, etc., etc. We'll start off talking about Dr. Wu's Prime Commander. This is a new variant of the Optimus Prime, Micromaster scaled G1 Optimus Prime, which we've talked about in the past. These are two new versions. There's the EO4, and the Spark Faded version, and the Dormant Limited version. So the Spark Faded version is a damage deco color inspired by the final battle against Megatron. So he's all messed up. And the other one is Gray Optimus Prime. So he's dead. That's the limited one. Looking at the damaged one, the paints, the colors are more muted. The saturation's a little bit lower on him, and for the most part, the only thing they've really done is they have painted on some lines to give the appearance of cracks, on his window shield, and then for some reason they're on his leg and on his forearm and on his shoulders as well. Not exactly the best kind of looking battle damage, but it is a cheap way to do it, I guess. I'm not sure if you've already got one, whether this would inspire you to get another one. If it really helps float your boat, you get a roller, which is translucent. So that's cool. His axe is also translucent gray, the same kind of translucent smoky gray that roller comes in. So that's really cool. And the limited edition Dead Optimus Prime is the same kind of battle damage, the cracks which I mentioned before on the boob, on the shoulders, forearms, and on the shins. But now the color scheme is he is gray. Roller comes in the same color scheme. He is smoky silver or smoky gray. And I'm guessing he has the same battle axe as well, but can't see. But yeah, it's just a dead version of Optimus Prime. Not the most exciting. These kind of repaints to me of Primes feel like they're really draining the cow dry of the already depleted well. But some people love their Optimus Prime, so they will go out and buy every single version. If you didn't know, this is I don't know why it says it's an impressive 6 centimeters tall. I've never had a woman say to me, "Wow, Andy, that 6 centimeters was all I really needed. Thank you very much." And I just look at her and say, 6 centimeters is all I got. I've never heard that before. Yeah, it's Micromaster scale. It's in scale with the Fall of Cybertron Micromasters of Titan figures, it says. And these are limited variants. They've also put down on here on the little article, it's good to notice that the images also show each variant with a medical bed piece. One in orange, one in purple. According to Dr. Wu, this item will be included with an upcoming set of figures. So it's not going to come with this figure, but it will come with something else. So I don't know how I feel about them showing it with a product that, might make people think, oh, he's coming with the bed. Because that's what I assumed. I saw the bed and was like, oh, so this one comes with an orange bed and the dead version comes with a Decepticon one. Nope, that comes with something else. So if you want that, you're going to have to, I guess, wait for future Doctor Wu releases to find out what it's coming with. I assume both of them come with the trailers. And you know how my feeling of Optimus Prime trailers are. They're usually superfluous and garbage. And it seems like this is just, hey, it's keeping with the swing of things. I hope they retire this mold soon, because it feels like the original version of the EO4 Prime came out a while ago. If there was a link, I would have jumped to see how old the original one was when we saw it originally. But hey, whatever. DNA Designs, everybody's favorite upgrade company, at least one of the more expensive popular ones, I suppose. We see the DK50 upgrade kit for the Studio Series 19 Snarl. What do you got in this set? Is it going to be a worthwhile set? I don't know. I haven't looked at the story. I just noticed it was a DNA and went, oh, we'll add that to the list. So he comes with Dino feet fillers, Excuse me, that was some chicken coming back up. Robot leg fillers, 2 blast effects, a new sword, which is compatible with the blast effects, blast effect adapters for the Dinobot mouths, and new hands to let you hold the sword horizontally. Let's have a look at that. Hey, Big D. Big D says, surprised there's no rifle included. Well, that's because that would make sense. Actually, Big D, you probably own this. I am making assumptions here. Did the original version of the toy not come with the gun? Because I know Grimlock did come with the gun, but obviously without his sword. Did Snarl not come with anything? Oh my god. Okay, so let's have a look at these bitties and thingy madoodads and how they improve stuff. Okay, the feet fillers on the bottom of the Dinobot feet, the little orange feet, that's fine. The leg fillers for hiding basically the robot thighs, that's a bit better, you know, hiding the black plastic in the front of the dinosaur mode. I can't complain about that. Oh. Right. So one of the parts allows you to have the sword stored in dinosaur mode flush to the body rather than sticking out straight horizontally. I'm not sure that's a necessary piece. Not exactly sure which part it is either. Oops, I don't want to buy. Get out. I don't want to buy from Amazon Prime. I assume it's the yellow piece. There is a yellow piece that goes in his mouth as well, which then allows you to add the blast effects part, which is the one I talked about earlier. Oh, you can actually store the blast effect parts on the sword as well. Like, not like in a dynamic way, just like stick it on the sword to store the blast effects, which looks somewhat awkward and weird. Big D says, I do and no. The only Dinobot that came with a sword, whilst the others all came with guns, but Slag and Sludge both had replacement guns from DNA Matrix Workshop, amongst others. Okay, fair enough. I get you. The robot mode upgrades are the same upgrades that are on the dinosaur mode. So the feet fillers for the yellow dinosaur feet are still the same. They've just kind of filled in. Looks a bit nicer in robot mode since they're a bit more visible at all times. And the leg fillers are quite nice just because they cover up what I assume is like the ankle joint. You can see a big hole in the middle of his leg, which is now for the most part filled up. So that's okay. That's maybe arguably the best bit of the kit. Oh, okay. So when they say hold the sword horizontally, they mean you can have the sword. So imagine you're doing the He-Man pose by the power of Grayskull, right? And he's got the sword pointed like upwards and downwards. That's the idea, rather than holding it like how you normally would. I guess it's like attempting to get that kind of wrist joint in. You know how you can kind of tilt your wrist forward so the sword would be quote unquote pointing forward, but just have a new hand so you can just plug it in. It's more like a oh god, who did it? What was his name? Combiner Wars. It was like this big police car. He was one of the arms for Defensor because he didn't come out. Because Streetwise never came out in America. Rook. It's Rook. That kind of like Rook. Yes, thank you, Big D. Yeah, it was Rook. I was thinking of Rook, but I couldn't remember his pissing name. Yeah, it's the Rook effect where he's got a big paw in his hand and you peg the fist on. Except it's with a sword, so there you go. And you can store the sword with the flame effect still on his back if you're really inclined to do so as well. You can actually use the blast effects with the sword in an effective means rather than just having them awkwardly stick on. The effect looks like he is shooting the lasers out of the sword, and it looks actually quite good. The effect looks quite decent. I'm actually quite okay with that. Overall, I don't think the kit, as usual, is gonna be worth the price. This, to me, £25, bit of a push, but £25, I'd be like, yeah, all right. It's really rough because there's not a huge amount in there, but 25 would be fine. I have a feeling it's going to be more. It doesn't say, but as you and I usually are aware, DNA kits are a bit on the pricey side. Even 25 quid, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be jumping for joy about. This kit will be released on the 25th of January of this year. Let me have a quick check on Shouki. See if the kit's on there so we can get an idea of price. Because if it's coming out, there it is. They've got a deposit price, but they don't have a full price. Oh, they said the estimated release date here. Oh. Was it the pre-orders go up now? And its estimated release date is late June. So that's interesting. Did I misread it then on the website? No, it says the kit should be released in January, and yet Shouki shows that it should be out, or at least estimated. Again, this could change because Shouki's not up to date all the time. But Shouki says the kit will be out for June, or late June. So it's up in the air. I guess... if you really want to, just look at the stores rather than the news sites, because they should probably have a better idea, I guess. That's DNA. DNA gonna DNA, says Big D. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. I will mention, you said Rook was better than it had any right to be. I never got the OG Rook. I got the KO version of Rook. Who was oversized and had metal parts in him. He was really good. He was really big as well. He was so big. So DNA DK 48. I can count. Apeling. This is the upgrade kit that we saw last time we did the show last year. We only had the singular picture of Monkey to armored up Monkey, but now we have the entire kit, so now we can see how it all look. In robot mode and all that jazz. He has all the pieces that I mentioned before. How does it do? I think the robot mode upgrade looks kind of nice. The best way I would describe the upgrade in robot mode is like a 90s action Batman figure. You know when there was thousands of variants on Batman, for the Batman line, where there was Viking Batman, Submarine Batman, Ice Attack Batman, Stealth Night Attack Batman. I think these are all actual names, by the way. I don't think I made any of those ones up. They sound legit. He kind of has that vibe to him. That's the kind of look. He's got the big blades on his arms. He's got big shoulder pads. The blades can kind of swing forward, which looks kind of cool. He's got a load of goo to stick on his back as well, which is kind of fun. He has the Optimus Primal kind of missile launchers from the original toy. I don't know if that's new. I don't think. Is that new? Is that part of the toy? No, that must be part of the toy. That must be part of the original toy. You can get his two swords, scimitar things, and you can add a posable chain. It's not really a chain. It's kind of like rods on hinges to give the illusion of it being a posable chain. But, you know, I think they're doing the best they could. Big D says, I meant the energy effects on Snarl, but Rook was a nicely fun addition to the Protector bots. Yeah, I'd say the problem was, I think his design was his color scheme was a bit boring for Rook. That was his big problem. Sadly, yes, those were all real Batman loads out. Yeah, I remember specifically Viking Batman, because I remember seeing that one. I think I remember seeing that one on the back of a Sugar Puffs box. And thinking, why is there a Viking Batman? Because I just didn't understand at the time. I didn't think it looked cool, though. I was just confused by it. Just very confused. The original couldn't put the head down. Oh, there's a new a neck joint for the Optimus Primal monkey mode. So apparently, in ape mode, he couldn't stand up on his legs and look forward. There's a neck joint that will allow him to look down, have a normal kind of head pose. That's a nice addition, I suppose. That's okay. And then they're showing off a weird Optimus Primal Target Master? Is that what you'd call this? It's like Optimus Primal's Gorilla mode that turns into like a hand cannon. Yeah, it's a small Optimus Primal hand cannon. Target Master. On the basis of it being a Target Master, I kind of like it. Again, because this is a movie toy, this is not for me. I don't really care too much, but this seems fun, I suppose. Like 90s kind of fun. It's a shame it wasn't included in the original kit. So weird, but I kind of digging it. Yeah, it's got the 90s vibe, which is probably why I enjoy it. It's like all things that add just like silly, fun play features to the toy. it will again not be worth the price that I'll be asking for it, but it's relatively nice. Oh, I will say as well, the head sculpt. I don't know if the head sculpt is new. It's not. Oh no, first production getting new head for the Optimus Primal robot mode, and the new Optimus Primal head again has Batman vibes. Yeah, it looks better as well. The newer Optimus Primal robot head. It does come with a normal. It does also come with an apeling monkey head. Excuse me, but the apeling, I assume is the apeling robot face, I think looks a lot nicer than the Optimus Primal face. Big D says, making the alternate robot head a pre-order bonus is kind of sucky though. Yep. Yep. Especially for the price you'll be paying for this. I don't know why they don't just include it, but I guess they're trying to secure pre-orders. I think didn't the people that were doing the Transformers Prime Black Arachnia and the Jet Viacon do the same thing? I think the minor head variant was also a pre-order bonus. I'm pretty sure. I should find out at some point because I did order that. I did order that, and I did order a knockoff Tarn figure, which I'm looking to, a Black Mamba Tarn figure, which I'm looking forward to getting. So we'll see how those turn out. I was hoping I would have had that for the show to talk about today, but I guess not. I'll have to be maybe next week, depending on when they roll on by. But yeah, DNA, a little bit. I think this one's better than the previous kit. I think this looks cooler. Feels like there's more fun things in here compared to the Snarl, which feels disappointing. That Tarn KO seems to be decent by all accounts. I'll tell you the reason why I got a Big D. It's bigger than the original one, which I'm not size queen, so I saw people complain in the comments about the Black Mamba Tarn. They were like, it's not in scale with the legacy figures. I'm like, bitch, I came from the 90s, right? I was playing with G1 toys as a child. Size is not an issue for me. I don't care how big they are as long as they're fun. I assume the Black Mamba toy will have better joint tolerances compared to the Hasbro one, which is something I complained about in my review on YouTube about it. It has lights, which I don't really care about, and it has way better paint. And all the gaps on the guns aren't on the Black Mamba version, so I'm like, yeah, okay. They are buying a KO. What do they expect? What? It was a reason why they wouldn't be buying it, because it's not the right size. Obviously, it's scaled to be masterpiece scale, which, yes, whatever. I don't care. I don't care about it being masterpiece scale. It'll be big and fun. It'll have the fun kind of transformation that I like, because I like the transformation mostly from that legacy figure. I just have massive issues with the tolerances on it. Oh, I tell you something else that the Black Mamba version won't have. The front boob, his chest panel, isn't translucent plastic for no really good reason, and the back panel that covers his back with the extra guns on isn't translucent either. And I think that is a boon, personally. But yeah, I might get it and think it's fucking shit. Who knows, right? Who knows? I might pull. Let's pull up. Well, let's put up the. Let's pull up the images on Shozy now, because I can. We can have a quick look at the Black Mamba. Black Mamba DJD01 Tarn. I have this coming to me. I really do like the paint job, the premium paint job. I think it looks nice, but it is just a big version. The only extra thing that they've done is they've added the knees that were stuck in one position. They can now bend. So in tank mode, you can push them flush with the tank mode. Oh, there were more images before. I thought there were more images on here. Oh, it just took forever to load in. For some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to have a picture next to the Planet X version. Obviously, the Planet X version is going to be better for obvious reasons. But yeah, to me, this seemed like a better version. I do love the nice metallic-y paint on him. I tell you one other thing that was pretty appealing about this Black Mamba Tarn figure. It's only £36 less when you ship to the UK, because Shozy reduced the price. So this is only a little bit more than retail Legacy Voyages, and it's bigger, and it should be better quality, but it might not be. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see when I get it. I might hate it. But it might be like, hey, if you've got a Tarn, get rid of it and get the Black Mamba. I'll tell you an issue I have with Black Mamba, right? If we look at their history of figures that they've done a lot. They've done some. The earlier ones weren't as good. That one, the Barricade didn't look too bad, but they've done a lot of movie figures. They did that's right. They did Volcanicus in the Power Rangers color, didn't they? That's right. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, but they've done a lot of the movie figures I don't care about. They did Volcanicus, which is a figure that couldn't be saved by making it bigger. It was always shit. And the last one they did was the latest. Well, apart from the Tarn, the latest one they did was the Legacy Megatron, who looks okay. I don't think it looks bad, but it's also 96 pounds compared to the 36 pounds of Tarn. It's 13 inches tall, or 35 centimeters tall. All the paint on it is metallic-y. I think that's why I don't like it. It is all in metallic colors, and I think it's the gold wings that don't do it for me. It's not a vibrant gold, is how I would describe it. It was not dirty gold. I don't think it's what I class as dirty gold, but I overall looked at it and went, yeah, I don't know. I think they have fixed some things on it, though. I'm not entirely sure. I might need to have a look at a review on this if I can find one. See how it fares. It's hard to tell if the face is better for the robot mode in these images. Hard to tell. Yeah, I'll need to do some research. I did fancy that Slash that they did out as a deluxe scale. I never... Oh, yeah. What Slash have been better? Oh, Slash was... Well, they are beefing up like a legend scale figure. I guess it still would be nice to see, or have a Slash that was just a bit bigger. Also came with a fucking huge sword. Yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't look like... I think the problem is it's a legend scale figure, so there's not much to work with when you beef it up to deluxe scale size, if you know what I mean. But I wouldn't begrudge you for one there, of course. It's less like, yeah. They've got more to work with when you're upping the scale of a Voyager class figure, because it's more to it. Honestly, the best KO for me is still the oversized Siege Ultra Magnus from years back. Who did it, do you remember, out of interest? Yeah, the Megatron needs more luxurious gold. Yeah, I would say so. Some Retributor gold for our Warhammer painters out there, I would say. Just kind of, it's too grey, too silvery kind of color, if you ask me. Moving on, we got more third-party toys. It's a test shot of the MB-22 Armada Jetfire. I think we've seen prototype images of the Jetfire before. Now we see some basic bitch colored versions. So he has gray on him, he has white on him, and he has red on him as well. But he's got no real detail. This is just the painted. This is just the plastic in its correct color scheme. You can see him interact with the Optimus Prime from... I was going to say if it's Legacy. Now, from the Fans Hobby version, so you can give the Prime the shield on his back and give him the big gun jet booster thingy. Seems like he's going to come with his Minicon, which was shit Minicon. I hated that Minicon, but it's good. It's necessary, so he has a front landing gear. He can go on top of the Overload, for that launching action if you so wish him to be launched. And then we have some nice images of the Super Optimus Prime, Super Armada Optimus Prime with the new pair of trousers on. The best version of Armada Optimus Prime. I always thought Overload on his back was a little bit too much. It was always a bit cumbersome, even with the big trouser legs. I think he was fine and dandy and fine with just the Optimus Prime and just the Jetfire pants. It reminded me a lot of one of the guys from Centurion, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. One of the Ace McCloud's variants, If you haven't seen Centurion, or Centurions as it was called, that was a pretty fun show back in the day. If I was alive at the time and I saw the toys at the time, I probably would have pestered my parents for them. Because they look cool. I tell you what I was sad about, that I didn't get any of the third-party Centurion figures. Whoever did them, I remember seeing people do some reviews on them and thinking they weren't amazing, but they were good enough to the point where I was like, I wouldn't have said no to them. I mean, if you didn't know what Centurions were, it was just like man in spandex suit with ports all over his body. And the fun thing was you bought like additional sets of accessories to plug into them. It's neat. It's a fun idea. There was only 3 guys, though, which was a bit of a shame. And Hacker and, what was his name? Dr. Triborn or something like that. Is that what his name? Triborg? Whatever. Yeah. What did the main villain look like? Because he looked like somebody in real life, I always thought. Can't think who it is off the top of my head. Power Links was Prime and Jetfire plus Energon Ultra Magnus is a great look. I know, I never liked that mold of Overload on the back because it just, again, for me was too cumbersome. You just had these 2 giant guns sticking over the top of his shoulders. It also made posing quite hard as well because he just had this big weight on his shoulders. He's literally carrying. He's like Atlas. It's like Armada Optimus Prime had to play Atlas, carrying the world on his shoulders, trying to hold up everything. It was rough. And yes, Centurions were boss like in Humanoids. Yeah, I thought visually. No, I'm happy to say this. Visually, I think Centurions look better than in Humanoids. The humans, I mean. I think the selling point for Inhumanoids were the Inhumanoids. And, I mean, their toys weren't great. The only good toy that Inhumanoids had that was kind of accurate to how to how it looked in the show, like really good, was Tendril. Like the other 2, oh god, Decompose. Decompose was weird because he looked fat. He looked like the old Gene Stealer Prime. You know, where he's just fat and overweight, and he had this Decompose had this little tiny head, so he looked all out of proportions. And Moltar, Magmar, whatever, the main bad guy, always had a strange design, which I wasn't entirely down with. I tell you what, his face design reminded me of. It reminded me of, and I don't know why, the entrance to the Dungeons and Dragon ride in the intro sequence of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, where they go, "Wow, a Dungeons and Dragons ride! Yeah, let's ride it! I don't like this! Whoa! Welcome to the world of Dungeons and Dragons! Whoa! I am the Guardian. Oh no, what's a Dungeon Master? Yeah, that's Venger. He's a right bastard. Why isn't Venger in Baldur's Gate 3? There's the real question. Where's Venger? That's what I want to know. Probably Triborg. Yeah, that could have been it. All the villains from these shows were Daft Puns. That's true. Yeah, because his henchman was called Hacker. Because, you know, robots. See, mine's been stood on a DTOF for the last 8 years. Very barrel-chested for the gimmick. You mean standing on your DTOF for 8 years? You mean, do you mean Decompose, or did you mean somebody else, Big D? Throw boo at... because Minsk would just throw boo at him and scare Venger off. Oh, okay, all right. That must be some more dank lore, which I don't know about D&D, because I don't know a lot of D&D lore. I know as much as Baldur's Gate 3 has provided for me so far, which isn't a huge amount. Oh, for the Armada Prime. Okay, I get you. But yeah, if you want your Jetfire, he's coming along. He's getting fixed up. Fans Hobby cracking along. Closer to being done than Hasbro is. So, to be honest, I think most people are going to, at this point, go for the Hasbro version, but I could be wrong. Next up, we have the Chinese Warriors Transformers Copper Statues by Tong Shifu, if I said that correctly. So Tong Shifu is a Tmall website, which I've never heard of, but it's a website I'm going to take the word on it. Have updated with a complete galleries of the Chinese warrior incarnations of Optimus Prime, who is 49 centimeters tall, Megatron, who is 42 centimeters tall, Bumblebee, who's 47 centimeters tall, and Grimlock, who's a little bitch because he's 31 centimeters tall, the smallest boy. Each statue is numbered with a limited to 1,000 units. We have a clear look at all of the details and finishing of each piece, featuring several Chinese weapons and armor. So these are actually pretty tall. The designs are the evergreen designs, I think they are, looking at how Optimus Prime looks and whatnot. They're interesting. They're fucking big, though. Like, those scales, that's huge. I hope these aren't the finished versions. I say that because I go from the production image of what the prototypes look like to the artwork. The artwork seems to be missing all the gold that's on the artwork. The flag's the wrong color as well. Optimus Prime's flag is blue in the artwork, and it's red in the I guess the finished version, if this is the finished version. And you might be like, Andy, who cares if his flag's red? Well, that, you know, the blue looked a little bit nicer because he's so red. The blue kind of offset it. It was like an extra color. But yeah, it's missing a lot of the gold. There's gold all around his boob window, which is gone. He has, I don't know, like rabbit ears or rabbit feathers coming off his eyebrows, which are in silver rather than gold. His Autobot insignia, there's like a backing to them, which should be gold, which are in silver. And he has, I guess the best way to describe it, like samurai-esque side skirts on his like forearms and on his legs, which should be a different color red. They're more of a burgundy in the artwork versus the Optimus Prime red. And it seems to all just be colored the one same flat color. Seems like a cheap version of it. You know, the artwork makes it look quite cool. And looking at it in person leaves me wanting the color, the properly painted version. I'd be really sad to get this after looking at the artwork. Go, wow, that's really cool. Then get this and go like, but where's all the gold, baby? Doesn't need to be made out of real gold, you know. Just a little paint. Get some Retributor gold on there. Big D says, do you think that Hasbro are going to do an Armada Jetfire? Yeah, I mean, they're doing Tidal Wave. If they're doing Tidal Wave, they're going to do Jetfire Optimus Prime. I can't see why they wouldn't. I don't have the Armada Optimus Prime because he still hasn't dropped a price. But I'm like, that's a sexy price. I'll buy that. The closest he went down was 86 or 89. I was like, no. And on Amazon, he's gone back up. So I don't care. Interesting is certainly the word, Andy. I hope this is the prototype stage, as that seems to be lacking. I hope so as well. I hope this is the unfinished version as well, but it's hard to get a good grasp on it. Bumblebee suffers the same issue. You can let a little bit more of it go because it's gold on yellow, so it's kind of redundant. Like the killer, you could just go like, whatever. He's still missing color. He needs like an extra color just to bring on the boob detail, and because it's like raised, it's like Chinese ornate designs, but it's just again lacking. Let's have a look at the Megatron drop, because I don't think they've painted any gold on these. I have a feeling. Yeah, I think the Bumblebee might be a little bit nicer. Seems a little on the chunky side, but who am I to judge? Oh, the Megatron. Megatron looks like he actually has... Yeah, Megatron has all of his gold on him. He actually has more gold on him, it seems like. There's some differences in the design as well. He's got extra design on his feet, which the artwork doesn't have. Whoops. I clicked off of it. That was stupid of me. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. That's the same. That's the same. He's shown in the artwork with a big purple cloak. Is that a cloak or is that a hairpiece? Let's have a look around the back of the Megatron. No, he's shown to have a cloak, but it doesn't seem like the statue comes with a cloak. Maybe he will do later on. He's got all of these are kind of in really flat poses as well. There's nothing desperately exciting about how they're posed. They're posed like they're a vinyl figure. You know, that kind of the legs are a little bit wide apart. The fists are closed, and the bent at the elbow slightly. Not what I call a fantastic action pose where you go, wow, what a cool look. His flag's opposed like the flittering in the wind, which I guess is nice, but it's the most accurate to the artwork, so I'll give him that. And Grimlock. Because his helmet has a little like tail on it, shall we say, the little brushel of hair, it kind of looks like he's a little school Dinobot that's going to school for this first time. I don't know why I'm seeing it like, you know, those kind of funny propeller hats. It's giving me a lot of those vibes, and I don't know why. There's just something off about the design here. Also, his eyes don't seem to be colored. They're white here. And it looks like they need to have a little bit of a blue wash washed over them just to bring them to life, as it were. I think it's got all of the paint detail on it, if not a bit more. So it's like Prime and Bumblebee have been left behind, and Megatron and Grimlock have got all the paint apps to them. Now, again, this might be one of those cases where these are not completely finished, and they're going to be put out, and they're going to look a little bit better with all the fancy things, because they're going to be limited as well, so you'd hope they're a little bit nicer. But the Grimlock looks like he's going to school for the first time. I don't think it's really translated into ornate Chinese armor. At least not to me. He just needs a little backpack, and he's ready for his first day at school. Big D says, might be a few more months till Armada Prime drops significantly, they are reissuing him in a month or so. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, I've got him like locked in on Amazon, and then like, Amazon's easy to find deals for, rather than like Smith's, where you have to actually go to the store to actually have a chance of getting them while they're on a deal. How does Grimlock just end up looking adorable? Because it looks like he's going to school. That's why, because he looks like he's going to school. Yeah, these are a unique item. I don't think they're very good. I think if they were a bit more in fancy poses, it would help. But even then, everything about this looks like a kid's statue. You know, they don't have like they don't have that dramatic pose to them like the statues that you get from like Prime 1 Studios or anything like that, you know? So yeah, these are a thing. I wouldn't say they're a fancy thing, though, personally. Masterpiece have revealed the MPG-07, excuse me, Ginho, which is Shouki from the Train Bots. It's MP01, Train Bot Shouki, but in a unique color scheme. They've decided to go with a new look to him. It's apparently based on the Test and Diagnostic 922 type train, also known as the Dr. Yellow in Japan, which I've never heard of. Hang on. Let's see if Dr. Yellow is a real thing. Let's see. Oh, no, it's a real thing. It's in a museum, too. There's a lot of Dr. Yellows. But these are actually yellow. Like, actually yellow. Rather than what Shouki's going for, which is, let's say a sun-kissed version of the figure. It does not, I would not say that this looks yellow. It looks like the toy's being left out in the sun. And maybe that's a nod to how the original toy has fared over the years. I imagine a lot of the original Shoukis have yellowed as time has progressed onwards. So a cute repaint, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, a pre-yellowed toy, I guess theoretically shouldn't yellow in the future, right? Hopefully, right? You'd hope. Does he have a neat chest? I can't tell. He comes with some extra stickers as well and some train track. Let's see. Ginho also comes with some new parts. Oh, there you go. A new retooled toy-inspired head. A new shield which also works as a chest for Raiden, inspired by the old Diaclone artwork. And a completely new extra abdomen piece for some reason. I don't know why. This is planning to come out in September 28th of this year for the low price of $162, 24 pennies, American pennies. So it's standard price. I don't think it's anything crazy for the Masterpiece figures. But yeah, I don't know if I'd really be gagging for a pre-yellowed toy with a Diaclone-inspired look to him. It looks like his extra weapon looks like a boombox with machine gun torso. Do they combine them into Raiden so we can see what the extra parts look like on Raiden? Oh, there you go. Yeah, the new chest piece. It's fine. It's fine. The new head on the more toy accurate head looks like he's up to no good. You know, looks like he's got some evil things going down on those trains. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. These have already had the problem of being overpriced. I say they've been overpriced for what they are. And then pumping out this weird yellow version or orange version is certainly a thing. I don't know. Hey, Jubal, how's it going? Big D says, a bit crappy for folks who have already bought into this team to have to fork out for an unwanted repaint if you just want the variant chest. Well, here's the thing, Big D. If you want this color version, all you have to do is have a shelf and a window. And summer's in a few months, you know, just pop your Shouki on a shelf. He'll turn into this color scheme. Leave him out there for like a month in the sun, especially in Japan. Like I hear it gets hot in Japan in summer. So you put him out on the shelf, he'll turn this color. No time. No time at all, baby. Yeah, it's an interesting repaint, but I would say nay. No way. No way. No way. No way. Huh? No way. All right, new news, new bits, new things. New selects Autobot multi-pack listed as Deluxe Hound, which is theorized to be the Earthrise variant of Hound, who was used for detritus. So I think people are excited for that. Jazz, Wheeljack, Sunstreaker, and Trailbreaker. So that is a thing that's going to be coming out. We don't know much else apart from that. It's just like, here's the pack. Like, any characters I want here? No. No way. I'll get Detritus when he drops in price, because I know Detritus won't be that wanted. I don't really care for Hound. I already have G2 Jazz, so I don't give a shit. I need to order or pre-order the Origins Wheeljack. I don't care about a standard Wheeljack. Sorry, Wheeljack. Sunstreaker, yeah. He doesn't have a G2 variant. And Trailbreaker, unless he's bright orange, then the Diaclone version, yeah, I don't care. I don't care too much, to be honest. I'm surprised this isn't coming under the Bumblebee or the Buzzworthy line, to be honest. This looks like a Buzzworthy line if I had anything to say about it. Select, I don't know. I don't know if we have no idea what they're doing. It's just a thing. We know it's coming. Going to be a 4-pack. Going to have these characters in. More than likely, we'll have this Hound because it's been hinted at for probably like about a year now at this point. So it's probably coming. Meh. I say to you, meh. Last bit of news for today is the fact that we have Transformers 1, which is the name for, I think, the animated movie coming out. We have a load of code names listed for this line. A lot of them begin with TRAMV8 Prime. So Transformers 8th movie, Prime 1, not too hard. We've got Change Admiral, Change Alphabet, Change Sergeant, Change Ace, Change Overlord, Change Admiral, Change Ace again. Some of these have megas in front of them as well. Change Corporal, 2-in-1 Mask, 2-in-1 Mask 2, Cybertron Launchers, Robot Battlers Multipack, Power Flip Admiral, Power Flip, Battle Pack 2, Cog One-Step Ace, Cog One-Step Rounder, Cog One-Step Overlord, these are all one-steps, Admiral Sergeant, Battling Figure Sergeant, Ace, Corporal Lieutenant, blah, blah, blah. Ultimate Energon Admiral, Energon versions of some figures. Reveals OP, Glow Ace, Blast, Race and Blast, Racing Warriors 3-pack, and Race Changes 2-pack. So, a lot of things are coming for this set. Or Prime 1. I don't know what the designs are going to be. Maybe it'll be a bit more in like, I hate to say, because I'm bloody sick of G1. But I'd take G1 over movie designs because it'd be something I'd be more interested in. There's stuff coming out for Prime 1. Still don't know much about Prime 1, but it's coming out in the future. Will it be good? Will it be bad? I don't know. I hope the writing's good, but I don't have much hope for it. After the last Transformers movie and after Earthspark. I'm in a desert, chat. I'm in a desert of just, I want some media, Transformers-wise, which I actually enjoy. I just don't have anything, and it's really sad. I just like some good Transformers stuff. I really would. I ain't got shit. So, that's all of our news. There's not a huge amount to talk about this week, as is the way of things. And I don't think Shouzi have any extra third-party stuff floating up on their site that I haven't talked about before, but I will have a quick snafu just to see if anything catches my attention. I can talk about... hang on. Big D says, I mean, there's some new Gundam dropping at month's end, Andy. That do you? Not really, since I don't really do the whole Gundam thing now, because, like, I've decided I will not buy Gundams. And I will not buy Gundams, not because they're not good, but because they take up a lot of space. When I build them, once I've built them, I just kind of put them in a baggie and then put them in a box. So I'm like, meh, do I really need them? If I'm going to build stuff, I should probably just, finish building off my armies in Warhammer and 40k and stuff like that, rather than worry about Gundams, That's my little idea. Dr. Wu. Dr. Wu, we're doing have I talked about Dr. Wu's BM01 Ape Commander Optimus Primal? I don't think I have. This looks new to me. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, this looks terrible. Robot mode doesn't look too bad, but Jesus Christ, what's wrong with that monkey mode? Okay, so this is a 4.72-inch figure, 12 centimeters for you ladies out there. It's coming in late February, and it is a very square-looking Optimus Primal monkey mode with an okay-looking robot mode. I'll give it to you there. The robot mode looks fairly poseable. The abdomen and groin look a bit on the weird side. But Jesus Christ, the ape mode looks horrifically bad. It just looks like it's made out of squares. Yeah, it looks that looks bad. that looks real bad. I wouldn't even say it looks like there's a huge transformation from one mode to another. It looks really bad, Dr. Wu. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. Another one that I don't think we've talked about, Craftsman, who I've never heard of, are doing the DJS01 Vol Tiger King Tiger Hawk. There are prototype renders of this, which is going to be a Tiger Hawk, a third-party Tiger Hawk coming out. Stylized, though. He doesn't look like he did in the show. I don't know how to describe his look. I wouldn't say it's Zoidy. It didn't have that Zoid look to it. It's stylized, though. We've only got the CAD models of it, so you can't really be like, oh, it looks really good. It looks, it's really crap. It's just like, yeah, okay, all right, it exists. I don't know. An interesting design. His ass is a bit whack because that's where his knees are and everything kind of folds up. I think at least in these CAD models, it doesn't look quite as bad as the Hasbro version, which I think looks a little bit rough in places. This might look rougher in real life rather than what we have here, but yeah, looks interesting enough. Okay. So I've dilly-dallied, shilly-shallied enough. I got a 2-pack of Transformers and opened it up today, and I fucking hate it. I hate it. I really, really was disappointed by it. And it's this set. You can even see I last purchased it. I'm going to be sending it back because I fucking hate this. It's the Legacy Evolution Deadeye Jewel 2-pack with Javelin and Cascade. That's how you say the name. Cascade being... this one, who is a redo of... is it Siege? Is it Siege Chromia? I think it's Siege Chromia with a slight retooling. I hate it. I don't like this figure. even in these promo images, it's got weird line running down the center of the thigh, which is really obnoxious. I don't like that. It does not have a waist joint, which for a figure that has this big of a backpack to not have a waist joint, I find a tiny bit egregious. The joints on it are quite loose. What else? Oh, the wrist joints are super, super loose. Like, I can shake the figure and the wrist will drop down. The head, I wish I could actually point to it. Where the base of the neck is, there's like a square, right? If you can see the design, there's a square or rectangle there. That's where the head kind of connects down to the torso, but there's nothing for it to peg into. So it's very likely just friction there. You can pretty easily just kind of flick your finger and knock the head out of position. Because of the design of the collar, you cannot really turn the head. As soon as you start turning the head, because of the design of that tight collar, you have to start tilting the head further and further up, which is a bit on the wonky side as well. The transformation into the vehicle mode, there's the front panel of the car, the blue bit. When I flip that forward, it just falls off every single time. It's not pegged in there desperately well. It's not a desperately fun transformation either, which I kind of knew going in. And the back, you can't see it in this image, but the back, you can just see the hands. There's nothing to that back. It's completely open. The purple bits you can see in the image there are parts of the gun. The best thing about the figure is the gun. It's got multi-parts to make a few different guns. So the barrel of the sniper rifle is one part. Then there is a second part to the sniper rifle. And then there's the handle part. And then there are 3 purple parts as well. One purple part makes a faux scope. And then I don't think they have any images of it on here. Oh yeah, there they do. Then you have these more cylindrical purple pieces. So there's a few options you can kind of jingle and jangle around with to make some kind of different weapon combinations, which is quite fun. But all in all, this figure, not good. Not good at all. Very disappointed. Don't like it. There's also Javelin, who I was hoping I'd really like. And for the most part, it's okay. My main issue with Javelin is it's got a stress mark already on it. The peg next to her head, if you look at you look at the image of the figure, the peg to the right side of her head has a massive stress mark in it already. And I just got it out of the box. If it didn't have a stress mark in, it would have been fine, but not great. The chest, for the robot mode, you tilt it forward, and then you kind of, it tilts backwards. You tilt it forward slightly, and then you basically move like her entire torso, apart from her chest, backwards. And then you kind of fold the chest panel up, and it's meant to peg into the back of where the neck is, which is where the peg is. And that caused a stress mark because they just didn't peg in at all. There's also clearly these arms were there. How to describe it? There are 2 joints. There are 2 pins for the arm. So I was like, oh, it's going to have a double arm joint. It's going to be a double bicep hinge, so I can do like full a full bicep up to the shoulder kind of pose. And it's like, nope, because there's a little nipple on the, if you look at the images of her, there's like on her forearm, there's this little gray panel. There's a little circular part, and then further down, you'll see there's a little square that's poking up. That seems to stop you from being able to do the full arm bend. So it's for some reason they decided to limit her arm movement, and yet keep in the double joint. So now she's just got a 90-degree elbow bend. It's like, oh. Also, she seems to come apart fairly easily as well. Like if you push her head slightly, it comes out from the joint where it's pegged into. So again, QC on this figure, on these 2 figures, I think it's really lacking. Really, really lacking. I was willing to take a little bit of a crunch on Cascade because I was like, well, I know this figure's going to be tat. But man, yeah, £50, full price, 2 deluxe figures was not worth it. I'm definitely going to send these back. I want my money back. I don't like these. Thankfully, I got them through Amazon, so I'll be able to get my cash back. Would I recommend them to people? No. Nope. Can't recommend them. I think Javelin's a really interesting retool, but I'm just disappointed by it all in all, and it's a real shame. And Cascade is just crap. It's just crap. And it's a bummer. I'd rather have my money back and wait for the Jada Ken or Bison or Dalsim figures to come out and spend my money on them, because they're cheaper and they're better quality figures. More fun. So that's a bit of a bummer on my end. I'm a little bit saddened by that, to be honest with you, chat. I wished it was a little bit cooler, and I wish I liked them, but unfortunately I don't. The only other things I've been doing recently is I bought a Warhammer Imperial Guard heavy weapons team, who I've built a little bit of, but not a huge amount of. Haven't started working on them. And then the rest of the time I've been away, I've been painting. So I painted up a Chimera, which I've just thrown on screen. It's got magnets on the lasgun, so I can switch it out for a bolter. I haven't painted the bolter for it, but I can switch it out. That was fun to do. I did a Commissar. It's the older Commissar, but I liked how he posed a little bit more than the newer Commissar. But I think Big D is going to help me get a newer Commissar when he is available for the Hatchet releases. I also did 10 Cassicans from the Kill Team, which is the only way to get Cassicans. These were hard to paint, but nice, I suppose. It feels like all Imperial Guard take a bit of time to paint the way I've painted them, unfortunately. Oh, piss! I haven't done one of the straps. Fuck! I've just noticed one of the ones in the back. This one. I haven't painted it. I haven't painted the strap, so it's black instead of being brown. Shit. I'll need to do that at some point. So I painted up those 10. And I also painted up, as of today, I finished off my Rugal Dawn, which is the other thing I bought this week, or got this week, which is another Imperial Guard tank. The Rugal Dawn is bigger than the Leverman Russ. I've got the multi-melters on it. I need to paint up the bolters, and I need to finish off painting the other turret. I've got one of these big main gun turrets, and I need to switch it out for something else. And that was really fun to paint. Took some time. It feels more dense and more satisfying as a kit than the Lehman Russ because it's newer. But I had a good time painting it. I've started doing transfers, and doing transfers is quite fun. And I was going to say exciting. It's not exciting. It's quite fun to do the transfers, just to add a little sticker here and there, a little bit of cool wording and some extra skulls and whatnot. Just things that I can't paint because I can't do freehanding. And the red lightning bolts are put on there as well. But yeah, that's for the most part, that's what I've been doing. And then playing more Baldur's Gate with Danny and Jubal, which has been a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it. It's not been too exciting. It's just mostly annoying. Like it just pissed me off today how much I didn't like that 2-pack. And I tell you why it's also pissed me off, because I realized how much faff it's going to be to send them back. That's why. That's why it's irritating to me, because I know it's going to be faffy to send it back through Amazon, because I'm going to have to probably like print off a label or something like that and then go post office, all that kind of jazz. I don't know. I've got to, well, I don't have to, but I want to pick up some more Warhammer stuff. I'm getting to the point where I'm nearly done picking up Imperial Guard stuff, I think. I gotta get Big D to help me get Hatchet stuff. I'll probably ask him to get me 2 sets of normal shock troopers, 2 Imperial Scout walkers, and a Commissar, a Castellan, I think they're doing as well, which I think are part of Hatchet. I think that's all I need there. I probably need another Lehman Russ, maybe 2 Lehman Russes. Might need another Rogel Dawn. I want to get a Basilisk. I want to get a Hellhound. I need to get the Solar General Dude and Ursula, whatever her name is, pick them up. And I need another Cassican squad as well. But we're getting there. I'm slowly getting to the point where the Imperial Guard Force is getting to the point where it's nearly done, which is quite good. And when summer comes around, I'll be able to start painting up Necrons again, which is something I need to do because I've got a load of Necrons that need doing. But I can't paint them during wintertime periods because it's too cold. And they require the airbrush, unfortunately. These guys don't. I just need to take a rattle can outside and I can spray them blue. And then the rest is just with a paintbrush. Necron's a bit more faffy, unfortunately. But yeah, unfortunately, that's all we've got today, chat. There wasn't a huge amount to talk about, but more than I thought there would be, to be honest. I hope you've had a good time. Hope your Christmas time has been successful. You've already picking up the new wave of Transformers. I won't be because I'll be waiting for them to go on sale. Trying to remember who is out that I want to get, who is coming out in the newest Legacy wave, but I can't think, apart from Windblade, who I might get when she's on a big discount, who I'd want. No, I don't know. Anyway, I remembered media stuff I've done. I watched Lawrence of Arabia last night for the first time. That was kind of an interesting movie. It's very long. It's an old movie that's very, it's like 3.5 hours long. It feels it too. It's not Lord of the Rings, so it's not going at a breakneck pace. It was an interesting watch, but I wouldn't say I really want to watch it again. Alec Guinness played an Arab leader, which was quite funny. I was like, oh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi playing an Arab. Interesting. I don't think it quite works, but that's how it worked back in the day. So I watched that. I watched Goblin Slayer Season 2. That was kind of mediocre. I didn't like it at the end of the day. I kind of finished watching it and went, oh, so... It didn't feel like anything really significant happened. It didn't feel like there was a through story that really took us on a grand adventure. It just felt like a load of small stories here and there that didn't really build up to anything of significance. I was just like, It didn't do a lot for me, Season 2 of Goblin Slayer. I started watching Spy X Family. It's very good, but slice of life isn't something I really want to watch at the moment, so I'm just kind of sloughing that off to the side as well, going, I need to get back into finishing off Osama Sentai. What's it called? Fuck, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Off the top of my head, my brain's dying, chat. Help me, chat. It's called King Oja. That's the one. King Oja. I've got to get back to watching King Oja at some point. I think I think it's nearly done. Or, yeah, getting close to being nearly done. So I can just bum through all the episodes and have a good old time there. I haven't watched anything else recently that was interesting. I don't think so. I need to watch The Neverending Story because I've never seen it before. I've got a list of movies that I know my friends who watch my streams, Jubal, Daddy, and The Jack, need to watch. Because they've told, like I said, have you seen Legend? They were like, no. Have you seen Labyrinth? They said no. I was like, oh, you need to see Labyrinth. Some of these weirder films, I was like, these guys, I need to help them. They won't do it, but I'll need to suggest them. I need to suggest them to watch these weird films. Anyway, I think this is where we'll end it for today. Thanks for coming on by. As usual, sorry it's quite a short show, but it's just not a lot to talk about at the moment, unfortunately. I hope you've had a good Christmas, good New Year's, and I will catch you next week as we're back to the usual schedule for Moonbase 2. Until then, I'll see you suckers next time. Bye-bye, everybody! Bye-bye! Yeah, you know where to find me. Yeah.